Welcome back to another segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons. Today I'm going to be wrapping up my conversation with Hal Williams, who played Harley Foster for a number of episodes over our 9 seasons. Please welcome back, Hal. You mentioned about now in 2 cases, the Private Benjamin and on the Nickel, about staying in character. Is that something, because I didn't necessarily see you do that on the Walton. So was that something that you made a choice about with certain things that you did, certain characters, or?
I thought it would bring complete authenticity to the military role. And I felt it was something I had to do. It was a learning process. I didn't really know how to play a derelict. I knew how to look like one, but I hung out with them on purpose to pick up on little nuances and things like. One day, Judy, this is no joke. Our production office was in the Alexandria Hotel downtown. Ralph's office on the 12th floor. One day, I left Pershing Square and started walking down Figueroa, one of those streets, to go down to where the Alexandria was on the corner. And I said, I'm going to try something. So I went in the hotel, stinky with all this stuff on, and I could see the elevator, and I could see security. So I started walking really slow along the wall and everything, and the guys were talking to them. And when they looked up and saw me, naturally, they ran over to run me out. They thought I was a derelict. The elevator opened, and I got in just in time for the elevator to do that, and I said, and the door is closed. I pushed 12th floor, went up to the 12th floor, ran through the office, ran back to Ralph's office and sat down in the chair. I said, wait. I said, sparks are going to happen pretty soon. He said, what'd you do? I said, watch and see. So pretty soon, these guys bust in up there, run through the place. Did you see a guy? Run. They run through there cussing and camera and get your ass out. And Ralph was falling off the chair laughing. He stopped and said, wait. He said, wait. He said, no. He said he was just playing a trick on you guys. We're doing a movie, and he's playing the down and out drunk and everything. They were still PO'd with me. They were still PO'd because I pulled it off perfectly with them. But that was the devil in me acting up one day.
Yeah, you were tested, and you passed.
But yeah, that's what I did for that character to make it real.
Yeah. Did you ever, were you ever involved in any pranks that were played on the Waltons?
Not that I remember. I don't think so. I don't know who would be playing. Maybe.
Well, Richard was a real prankster, but he was. I mean, and you did work with Richard, a bit here and there, but.
When he was more of a prank between you guys, the family.
Well, I think it depended on who it was, because he and John Ritter, were together. They were complete pranksters. They were always trying to break each other up, off camera or on camera or whatever. But I think he always had a sense of the moment and who he could play with and who, he was respectful of other actors. So if he didn't feel like it was the time and place or the right person, then
he didn't pull me into that. Maybe the opportunity did not present itself. That's why. Because I didn't have that many scenes with Richard. Maybe the outrage and maybe a couple of, most of the time with other people.
Yeah. And Will could be, he was notorious for mostly mooning people. He mooned.
Oh, really?
Michael Learned said, he was always mooning her.
Ellen was the one, I thought she carried, like me, I thought she carried her character off the set, right out into, right from on the set. Because she never appeared to be very open, because she used to talk about that man and stuff like that to Verdi. But she hardly ever talked to me.
Huh.
Then I didn't have that many opportunities to work with the grandparents. But when I did, she was never. Everybody loved Lynn, we know that. But I don't know if she wasn't that fond of me, or she was just in character and didn't want to be.
probably more that, knowing Ellen, because, you know, Ellen did have a wonderful sense of humor, and she didn't necessarily, you know, stay in character all the time. I mean, when she was working, she was very professional and very serious about the work and took it very seriously. But, you know, she could get to kidding around. But she also could be a bit of a disciplinarian with us, with the children, because she was always trying to instill a sense of professionalism in the children, and trying to help them understand what it meant to be a professional. And Will was always working to get everybody to appreciate the work, because he was so grateful to have, after years of not being able to work,
Right.
he said, you know, appreciate the work, you know, enjoy it. Don't, you know, if you've got a job, keep it, you know, because he was always, you know, thinking.
I'm from that school. I'm all about the work. I was never into, all I ever wanted to be, but you know, this stuff, I'm not a stuff. Oh, Mr. Williams, now they say, how, you know, you're a legend. I said, I'm not a legend. I came out here to be a working actor. I don't care about awards or red carpets or none of that stuff. I just want to be a working actor to the last day. I said, I want my last day to be on set or on the stage, preferably. When the curtain goes down, I go down with it and I don't get back up. That's where I want to go out. Now, who knows? But yeah, I understand that whole discipline about the work, which annoys me now because that's how I came through, and that does not fit anymore. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, well, I came up through theater. I was with a repertory company as a child. And so I think that background teaches a lot more discipline than if your early beginnings are all in film and television. For one thing, you have to have the whole continuity of an entire show and a focus for the entire show, as opposed to for 10 seconds at a time, you know.
It's the best training anybody. Everybody say, well, what am I going to say? Go find a theater group. Why do I want to do that? I want to do that. No, find a theater group so you learn how properly and you learn how to be professional. Not because you're a rapper or an athlete or you catch a dunk of basketball and then they're going to throw you in a movie. No, you go learn the craft and be about the craft, be about the work, be on time, know your lines and all that. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. And that's me.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to be, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, and I won't. I refuse to do all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And that means my opportunities are going to be limited, and that's okay. I've had a good run. I have no complaints. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, because the show ran so long, we had periods of time where we were definitely less disciplined, and, you know, the kid side of us would come out, and, you know, it's like, oh, do I have to be in this scene? I'm tired. I can't. If you write me out, I can go home. You know, I can have a day off. And, you know, I look back at some of that and go, but it was. I can write it off to being young. You know?
It was a natural thing. Because look what you were doing at that age.
Yeah.
Look what you were really creating in your life. That now you can look back on like we're talking.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Are there things, I mean, clearly the work has been the centerpiece of your professional life and your life in many ways, but other types of activities or things that have been really important to you, hobbies or passions or activities, what else has filled your life?
Well, I lost my middle child in 1977. I lost my son in a hiking thing in the Angeles National Forest.
Oh,
20 years old, Mark. And I always said the Mark that, not John Walmsley, my buddy that we call each other all the time, David. David and my son except for one being black and one being, they could have been twins. I always catered to David, not that I thought any more of him, but I was always drawn to him because he always reminded me his mannerisms of my own son, Mark. So I created a foundation in his name, and we He was on the dean's list. He got all his plaques up on the wall. He was on the dean's list, and he was studying film and theater. And we founded a foundation in his memory that aids children, aspiring students in theater, arts, and dance that are in their junior year. It's a junior year because he was in his junior year when he passed away. And he was majoring in film. He was making commercials, doing all kind of production stuff. And I even saw him in 2 productions at Cal State LA. He was at Pittman College, and he didn't like Pitzer College. I went to Claremont College. And he didn't like it because they didn't have a good theater and film department. So he begged me. I was in the middle of his divorce. He begged me to let him come and stay with him and leave the campus and enroll at Cal State LA because he had an excellent theater department. And that's when I said, okay. So he was living with me at the time he died. But that, I've always been somewhat of a community activist. I work with Mayor Bradley and a dear Reverend James M. Lawson Jr., who was one of the principal people of Martin Luther King. I've worked with him at SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, in a lot of endeavors and stuff. And I didn't sit in and didn't go to jail, but I picketed a lot of stuff with them for social justice and different things. So I've always been that concerned about our youth. I would go around readily to high schools and talk to kids, and especially in theater departments, and ask them why they wanted to become an actor, this, that, and the other. I would take them tapes from stuff that I had done, show it to them. So those kind of things, all those kind of things. I was a commercial art major in college, and all through school I carried a pad and pen because my father was a sketch artist. He never did anything with it, but I was always drawing it. When I was in high school, junior high, people always wanted me to draw. If you want anything drawn, go get Hal. Go get Hal and let him do it for you. So I never pursued it anymore when I got out here. I got an easel, I got brushes, I got charcoal, I got all that stuff. I might start getting into it now at this age, but in 55 years, I have barely ever picked up a pen or except to sketch something for a costume and to show them what I wanted. I haven't done it anymore. But things like that interest me. And then my last marriage, I swore when I left Ohio I was never going to be cold again. But my wife was a veterinarian, a member of the ski club, and I went to Sun Valley and what they call the National Summit. The National Brotherhood of Skiers is a Black organization that meets once a year, and they have this summit at different ski resorts. I learned how to ski in a week at Sun Valley, and I met Clint Eastwood there, where he had his son in the snug shop where you buy equipment and shoes. I met him there, spoke to him, got his autograph, never thinking that one day I was going to be working in a film with him. I did a rookie with him.
Ah.
That was great. So I've spread myself around to different things. I learned to ski, but when they took my hips, when I got from playing football and in the independent leagues after I got out of high school and college, all the cartilage, arthritis ate up all the cartilage in my hip joints, and I had to have both my hips replaced. So I had to quit skiing. So, but those are some of the interests I have, and I still have to watch my mouth now at certain things, community meetings and city council and stuff like that. I don't do it much, but if it's something I think I have to comment on, I will. I'm at fierce conflict with our union now because the senior performers, they took all our health care away. And they took it away by no longer accepting our residual money toward the health plan. And then they doubled the amount you had to have. I said, you're doing this to senior performers, most of whom don't work, living off their pensions from the union and Social Security, and you take away their health care. At the time in their life, they need health care. Things like that. I'm fighting that right now still. And they may kick me out of the union. I may have to quit acting because I can't be in the union. I have to do non-union stuff, Judy. But I think that's one of my things I'm taking on right now.
I hear through the comments, what aging people are going through, and to continue to find ways to challenge ourselves and have a reason to get up in the morning and some goal that we're pursuing and some sense that we have a value in life, and to continue to create that, I think, is what keeps us going. You can check out other appearances of Hal's on YouTube. He has an interview, a two-part interview, Hal Williams on the Couch with Sharon Johnson. That is available. Also on YouTube, you can see him as part of the Lenny Kravitz Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which was a presentation, 35 minutes on March 13th, 2024, with guest Denzel Washington, Hal Williams, Marla Gibbs, and others. Or you can catch Hal's own podcast on Spotify. That's Manifested Entertainment Management, Hal's Hit List. So check out Hal's Hit List podcast on Spotify.
Thank you, Judy. It's been a real joy.
It really has. Thank you. It's been great having you in my life all these years. And
I feel the same. You know, you were my favorite walk. I wouldn't tell the rest of them that. You always were my favorite walk.
Thank you.
Really, always.
Well, you continue to do all you're doing and keep fighting the good fight.
I'll try. Much love.
You too. I love you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I want to thank Hal once again for being a special guest here on my channel. And I will be back with more behind the scenes of the Waltons, more Ask Judy, and probably more special guests. See you next time. Thanks for watching.